You want to make some money, do you? Maybe you want to be comfortable in life. Maybe, like me, you want to travel the world, create content, and be free of society's pigeonhole culture. I've got some news on that, by the way, at the end of the video. Maybe you want to be free of getting a job with a pension, buying a house with a home loan, in debt left, right and centre. No thanks, cash is king. Maybe you want a yacht, a Lambo and a mansion in Beverly Hills. Whatever your vision is, you need some serious cash behind you. You need to embark on a lifestyle that spells financial freedom. This series of videos takes you through 7 key steps on how to achieve just that. You apply these principles and go on to chase your dream, whatever that might be. My name is Alex of Voodoo Shots Media and Lifestyle Reviews. You can find the links in the description below. Right, so grab your thinking hat, your trusty multi-tool and a fistful of conviction. We're going exploring into the magic lands of resourcefulness. There is no substitute for an idea plus hard work. However, if you miss key elements from that structure, then the structure itself falls apart. We've done motivation and next up is strategizing goals. Trust me, you'll be drop kicking your projects after you've done with these videos, ninja style. All the links are at the end of this video, and if you press the button down here, you can like and subscribe. Now, have you ever found yourself in a tight situation with no obvious solution in sight? Maybe you ran out of toilet paper and had to conjure up something to get out of the proverbial. Or maybe you found yourself stranded in the middle of nowhere with a dead phone battery and no charger. Sound familiar? In situations like these, a little part of our brain kicks in called the amygdala. It's the flight or fight. It requires no initiative and it just works. It is the find a solution or effort domain. This is where the survival brain activates. And when we add in our executive alpha brain, and by the way, if you doubt yourself and you've made it this far, you have an executive alpha brain. Then there is no stopping you in pursuit of achieving your goals. This is where we start making decisions, problem solving and searching for solutions. It is the most basic human necessity to survive, but if we want to thrive, we must master the principle and all of its power. The ability to think on your feet, to improvise, to come up with creative solutions to unexpected problems is within you. Most of the time it is fear of the unknown which stops us. We come up with solutions and to be honest, these solutions may be somewhat unconventional. But hey, if it works, who cares? Who dares wins, right? Resources and resourcefulness are two different things, but we need to know both. Resources are anything used to achieve our goals and objectives. Take a moment. Think about what you have. Now, write them down in one column. Right, equipment, time, money, people, information, intelligence, and location. Now, write what you actually have and how you utilize these resources and make a start on your idea. This is where we now begin our training. This is where we sprinkle the magic dust on our resources through mastering resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is the ability to identify what we have and how we use it to the best possible advantage. Let's do a full frontal assault on the most obvious of constraining resources: money. It takes money to make money. We all know that. I can hear the cogs turning now. How on earth am I going to become financially independent when I'm broke? It's a fair question. But now you're motivated because you took delight in my last video, it's time to get resourceful. So, start at the bottom and it requires that good old word, discipline. Strip back personal luxuries. Maximize your personal cash. Find a solution to make money. Find a solution to invest a proportion of that money for a good return on investment. Whoa! Hang on, Alex, I can hear you say. Where do I find out how to do that? Get resourceful with your resources. Library, YouTube, follow successful people and do what they do. Find your area of interest and seek out people and information. Research, read, use audiobooks, observe, know your game. Do not cut corners. Equipment, what do you have? How can you use it? Can you improvise with it? Can you get away with what you have until you're in a position to upgrade? When I first started my journey, I had nothing. In fact, my laptop had just given up the ghost. My camera had been stolen and I was practically homeless. I cashed in my crypto. It wasn't a lot, and just a pointer on crypto: if you can't afford to lose it, if you're emotional about your money, or you just can't afford to hold it for a significant amount of time, do not attempt it. By all means, have a play with it and research it, but don't count on it until you can 100% write it off as a theoretical loss and you know how to use it. So anyway, off I went. I worked any job I could get, which was hard for a guy who used to own a successful business. I grinded away day and night and bought everything I needed as first priority. And little by little, small victories were beginning to be won. One of my goals out the way. And now comes the time to focus entirely on a new goal, ROI, return on investment. At the time, I didn't know what my complete plan would look like. I didn't know how to make money that would allow me to pursue my dream. I had nearly all my equipment, but I still didn't have the answer. So this is where my resourcefulness takes centre stage. Off to the library. Free Wi-Fi, free books, free coffee, winner winner, chicken dinner. Enter research, YouTube, influential people, keynote speakers, books, and a constant stream of learning. And a lot of it just made no sense. I mean, nothing. I'm a hands-on guy. I'm not a bookworm. I felt like I was way out of my depth, but those little victories kept coming. Persistence is the key. And this is the beauty of being your own boss. I was under no real pressure. This is where strategizing our goals comes into effect. That's in the next video. Your most valuable resource is not an apple, it's time. Must be respected, managed and optimized. This is your creative space, optimal time to work, and your rest, recreational rest, meditative rest and sleep is essential, as is avoiding non-productive pastimes like social media and gaming. If it's not making you money or contributing towards that objective, remove it. Your location, and I dare say is true for most startups, is what it is. Until we can make decisions based on the results of our foresight, self-belief and persistence through our smart work, use what we have and get creative with it. I started my first successful business from my bedroom. I made a compromise between my project work and the work that pays for my projects, prioritizing my money into additional resources for the development of my projects, so I chose to live a simple life. I give myself no choice in the matter. In my last video, I asked, are you prepared to pay the price? This is it. Now people, you must trust absolutely 1000%. These are our dreams. Healthy, positive relationships that offer security and encouragement are vital for our personal growth. Ultimately, it is your spirit and your spirit alone that will accomplish these dreams. Mentors, influential figures, friends, family, and by observing what other successful people do leads to flying like an eagle. But a word of caution: an eagle doesn't fly when surrounded by chickens. To fly like an eagle, you must develop a strong mindset, the mindset of a winner. You must be self-reliant, be aware that the world can be a cruel place and full of disappointments, and it's time to take responsibility. Expect disappointment and rise from the ashes stronger, more determined than ever, determined to realize your potential and your future. Being resourceful is a key characteristic of all successful people. Resourcefulness involves using creativity and innovation to overcome obstacles and achieve goals. Even when faced with limited resources, resourcefulness leads us to success. In today's fast-paced and competitive world, being resourceful can be the difference between success and failure. All too often our resources are limited, and it takes creativity and ingenuity to make the most of what is available. Being resourceful will save time and money, creating new opportunities, building new relationships with like-minded people, and achieve our goals faster. That's what we want, right? To develop resourcefulness, we must embrace the growth mindset. A growth mindset involves believing that your abilities can be developed through hard work, persistence, and dedication. And by adopting a growth mindset, we overcome challenges and see obstacles as opportunities for development. This can lead to more innovative and creative approaches to problem solving. By creating an environment for ourselves where we do not fear learning and experimentation, we discover new and innovative ways to achieve our goals. I'll give you some examples. Sir Alan Sugar started out right here in East London. He worked in a grocery store and bought a very cheap van and started selling car radio aerials from the back. He saved £100 and set up Amstrad Computers. He then went on to sell the company for £125 million. This is an amazing example of vision, ingenuity and resourcefulness. In the COVID-19 pandemic, our restaurants had to stop accepting guests, and so they used their resources, car parks and gardens, fitted out with heaters and socially distanced tables, and adding delivery service. In addition, they started offering cooking classes and virtual wine tastings to keep customers engaged, and they kept coming back for more. Thanks to their resourcefulness and their need to adapt to a new environment, the restaurants not only survived the pandemic, but thrived. Yet another example of how being resourceful can lead to success even in the most challenging of conditions. You can go from survival mode to success and thrive mode even when faced with limited resources. You can make the best with what you have and create new opportunities for growth and development. The next time you think to yourself, I haven't got what they've got, I don't have the money, think again. You'll find where you have drive and a desire and you play the long game, you will find a way. So for resourcefulness, that's it. But I did say I have some news. In less than 2 months, I'm going back to where it all began, the Philippines. I'll be reunited with my little boy whilst I'm there, and I'm sure to show you the place and the people who stole my heart. I will show you off-the-grid living in such a simple way. Whilst I'm there, we will be exploring the exotic islands and turning the camera onto some fine specimens. I hope you'll join me. Hit the button at the bottom. Thank you for watching.